Convener for Business Unity South Africa, Kaizer Moyane. Great to have you with us, Kaizer. So we've heard a view from Labour about the talks today. From a business perspective, how do you think they went?
Look, this was a follow-up meeting from the previous two that we held, which are happening, by the way, every month now because of the urgency of the situation. This was basically for all parties to take stock of where things are from the last time. So there are commitments that have been made by the business organizations and by government to speed up the unlocking or unblocking some of the blockages that will eventually result in the much needed jobs. So the meeting outlined the progress, and there is a lot of the progress that's happening, which has been pleasing. But of course,
can you give me an example?
So we've heard, for example, about what government is doing. ICASA has finally, as a regulator, decided to roll out spectrum, which business has been saying we need that desperately released so that we can start tapping into a lot of jobs that are potentially there in the digital space.
Yeah.
We've heard from the pharmaceutical sector, for example, where they're finally having a meeting with their regulator on the licensing of some of the medicines that they can develop locally. Okay. There's a number of other areas as well which we touched on where there is a lot of progress. For example, in terms of pathways for young people into either jobs or economic opportunities, we've heard, for example, how thousands of them have been assisted either directly through companies in the public sector and the private sector, and also in an organization like Harambee to access some of these opportunities. So there is a lot that's happening, but of course more can always be done.
And skills, I think that is something important for business. Apparently that was discussed today, visas for foreigners with the right skills.
Sure. Yes, that's another example of the progress we're talking about, where you would have heard government announcing last time that the issue of visas, which business has been saying, please assist us on that one. The government has finally relaxed that one. But what's important is that there must be obviously an agreement on what's that list of critical skills that need to be imported. And that work is ongoing. What has been agreed for now is that until the list of critical skills is available, which is going to be next year sometime, in the meantime, businesses or organizations that believe certain skills are critical that are not yet on the list, because we haven't seen that list, can make some motivation to the department for critical skills visas.
So we have this urgency, but you're saying it's going to take a year just to get a list of skills to help those people come in with the visas they need.
Not a year. So I'm saying next year sometime. That's when the full list will be ready.
But in the meantime,
but it's a matter that obviously needs to be considered at Nedlac. There is agreement between all social partners that this is urgent, but obviously it needs to follow the right procedures for that. But whilst that's being considered, in the meantime, a business or a sector that feels that a certain skill is critical can make the necessary submission on motivation to the Department of Home Affairs.
Does Busa believe that Nedlac as a forum is working? Because Busa President Sipho Pejana said last year that it was fast losing relevance. We've had this forum for 24 years or so now.
So as a forum, Nedlac continues to be relevant, but can it be reviewed? Can it be reformed? In fact, definitely. Maybe Sipho would have also mentioned at the time that there was a process that has already started at Nedlac to try and modernize it or bring it to look forward to the next 25 years, as it were.
Yeah.
So it has done very well up until
revolution and things like that.
There's a lot of things that can be considered. Not only just what it is all about, what it's focusing on, but also its composition and how it operates. So there's a lot of work that is being considered to try and bring it in line.
Doesn't Nedlac itself, though, embody this tug of war that seems to be going on? So we have Labour saying not one job will be lost at Eskom, business saying let's privatise, open up the grid. And South Africans look at this and just see all these constant differing opinions, competing interests. The Finance Minister has spoken about that recently as well.
So expression of different opinions is not bad in and of itself. It's only bad if it leads to stagnation or paralysis. So if we are unable to move forward after we've differed, then that's problematic. It is at Nedlac.
Do you believe we're paralyzed? I mean, when you go to Nedlac meetings, how does it feel?
There are times when it feels like we're not moving forward, but that's not all the time. So there's been a lot of progress in Nedlac. We have considered a lot of difficult issues in the past and have managed to emerge with compromises and agreements that have resulted in some policies and legislation that are being implemented right now.
Yeah.
So there's some good work that's happening there. But can it be improved? Of course.
All right. And is BUSA going to recommend those changes? How will you lobby for those?
Yes. So as like I'm saying, as we currently are embarking on work to try and reform the workings of Nedlac, part of it is obviously just that, and how we function, how matters are tabled at Nedlac, and how they progressed from Nedlac through to Parliament and ultimately implementation. And hopefully through that process, we will have some harmonization that will see Nedlac functioning as it was intended.
Final question, Kaizer. I mean, this comes after we've just narrowly avoided a downgrade. The investment summit, we're going to preview that coming up tomorrow. How hopeful are you feeling about investment dollars coming in right now, given all our challenges?
Look, this is the second one, right? We've had commitments in the last one, and have we seen the money coming in? You know, there are areas where we've seen some money. But should we sit back and do nothing?
1.2 trillion.
Exactly, not the commitments that were made. But it's not time to be sitting back and saying, "Oh, it's never going to come." So we continuously urge government, or in fact, we support the president in his endeavours. Business will be there in full force because this is something that the country needs, and we are fully committed to seeing the investment that we need, because the economy must grow in order to get the jobs that are really needed by the country.
All right, thank you for that update. That was Kaizer Moyane from Business Unity South Africa. And let's look ahead.